Michael Porter Jr. getting hurt before he even played a summer league game kind of puts a damper on things, but I gotta be optimistic and hope he's back for the regular season. And if he is, oh boy, I have the Nuggets sitting atop the Western Conference and could see them easily making the finals next year. You gotta take a look at last year, and they lost a hard-fought 7-game series to the Blazers, and they could have won that series in game 6, 7, and they didn't. And the Blazers pushed to game 7, but I think that's what they needed. That was the playoff experience. You gotta remember, this was their first time in the playoffs, Jokic and Jamal, and they kind of showed out. Jokic especially put up crazy numbers, upped all his regular season averages, which were already pretty crazy. And he even began shooting the three relatively well, shooting 40%, which was way up from the regular season. Not to mention Jamal Curry had his coming out party in the playoffs this year, absolutely torched the Spurs, had a couple big games against the Blazers, and hit some clutch free throws. Absolutely cold-blooded, really showed what he was about. And I actually think he'll be one of the names you hear mentioned when we're talking about the Western Conference All-Star guards, because him and Jokic are going to really improve this year. I think they're going to come in absolutely ready, and they're just going to carry this team. And it's not like they're carrying a bunch of scrubs with them. They got a stacked squad of young and veterans. I mean, Paul Millsap and Mason Plumlee both got some good veteran leadership. You got great two-way players like Gary Harris and Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig coming off the bench, Gary Harris being a pretty productive starter for them, actually. Then you got the young guns. And I mean, when I'm talking about young guns, Michael Porter Jr. could win Rookie of the Year this year. Zion doesn't matter. Michael Porter Jr. has that much potential. He showed that much promise before all the injuries in college and before the draft and stuff. And if he is healthy, he could be special. And that's not to mention his competition actually for Rookie of the Year, Bol, who could be, just based on his build, could be something we've never seen before. I mean, he's absolutely ridiculous. Just 7'2" with guard skills and range. And I mean like legitimate range. Kristaps Porzingis like range, where you're just 7'2" and can shoot over everyone. Shot 40% from 3 in college. I know it's the college 3, but you gotta assume that that'll translate to the NBA at least somewhat. So I mean, with that and Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, those are just pluses that they didn't even have last year, and they made the Western Conference semifinals, almost made the Western Conference finals, and held the 2nd seed. And now there's no Warriors. I know everyone's focused on the Lakers and the Clippers if they get Kawhi, and yeah, they'll be contenders, but the Nuggets are not getting the credit they deserve. I mean, I know the Blazers last year didn't have Nurkic when they played, but the Nuggets still fought him hard, and they fought Pop hard, and that's you can ask anyone in the league. I'm 100% sure they'll tell you nobody wants to play Pop in a first-round series. Nobody wants to play Pop because the degree of difficulty is so much harder than any other bottom playoff team that it's ridiculous. So I think just beating the Spurs was great for them, and then the 7-game series to lose the way they did, it's going to give them a lot of motivation next year. They do have some negatives, but I don't know. Will Barton could have a turnaround season. Last season he didn't have the best year. Didn't shoot the 3 particularly well. Field goal percentage was down. They got some good guys on some great deals though, like Monte Morris, absolutely great backup point guard. Just killed it last regular season. Great for spacing the floor. Shot over 40% from 3. Malik Beasley also great backup. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty solid. They got a pretty nice team. I think they have the best team in the West right now. This is pre-Kawhi's decision. If Kawhi goes to the Clippers, then I think they'd have the best team. If he goes to the Lakers, well then next season won't even matter. Leave a like if you guys actually agree with me on how good the Nuggets are, and talk about it in the comment section below. Yeah.